The last city I visited during my stay in Japan was Himeji. Himeji is located in the Hyogo prefecture to the west of Kobe, and the city's most famous landmark is Himeji Castle, Himeji-jo. This six-story castle was built in 1333 with the original name Himeji Castle until 1581. It has been expanded a few times over the centuries, with the main keep we see today being built in 1609. I pre-booked an early Shinkansen to avoid the early queues. The surrounding curtain walls of the castle were equipped with 21 gates and gatehouses to protect the entrance of the main keep. While the previous two castles I visited, Hikone and Osaka, had a few gates, including the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, this one truly felt like a maze that was designed to prevent attackers from rushing directly into the castle itself. Today, this is the largest castle in Japan, and many consider this to be the best. Advanced defensive systems were developed for warfare, which included nearly 1,000 firing holes, but was never attacked during those early centuries. Himeji Castle has survived all kinds of hazards, from earthquakes, one as recent as 1995, typhoons, and only receiving little damage from World War II air raids in 1945, with one bomb hitting the castle but failing to explode. This castle has survived everything. This felt like an adventure into what the Shogun era of Japan was once like. It was now time to check out the interior of the main keep, but before entering, we had to take off our shoes and carry them around in a plastic bag. The windows had vertical bars to deflect any incoming enemy arrows. The ceilings had beams that were lower than my head, and the staircases had the steepest steps that I have ever climbed, and the openings into the upper level were so small that I had to be careful not to hit my head. This was all by design, of course, making it difficult for the enemies to invade the castle. From this window, you can see Himeji Station from a distance. There were so many weapon racks for guns and spears. there was a small museum that I was able to check out. These shachihoko ornaments represented fish in the sea, and they were used as a charm to ward off any disasters. These were the attires that the Sakai lords were wearing. And these attires were what the foot soldiers wore. It started to rain at this point, so to avoid the rain, I decided to have lunch where the shops and restaurants were located near the front entrance of the castle. For lunch I had tempura on rice and orange juice. Out of all the 18 days I stayed in Japan, today had the worst rain. However, it didn't stop me from visiting Koko-en Garden. This was located to the west of the castle's main gate. This is a traditional Japanese-style garden that was constructed in 1992 on the former site of the feudal lord's residence. This was the kind of day that I needed to finish off my first ever holiday in Japan. And now, it was time to prepare for my return to Melbourne.